But I know when our church was being built, there was a lot of other churches that helped us. There were community churches. And one thing pretty special to me was Donna worshiped in our church, where she grew up, I'd say, before I did. When they had the dedication, a lot of the churches, a number of them, brought some music. And Donna was in a group from the Mueller Church that sang. And I hadn't been in church yet, but later on, she was a part of our church for quite a while.
And I remember the first time she took me, I was going to walk in with her and said, "Oh, no, you've got to go in this other door, in the men's door." I said, "What?"
The girls sometimes.
When did the men and women start sitting on the same side? And how did couples figure out which side they were going to sit on?
That was difficult.
The dating ones went upstairs. I remember a few guys up there. Bill Neufeld, one of them.
It wasn't easy because you had children, and how many go with dad, how many stay with mom, and when you're pregnant and you have 2 or 3 others that are staying with you, one has to go with dad, and she hates it. She wants to stay with mom just like the others, but she couldn't because mom couldn't handle all of them. And it was wonderful when the one door came.
Sweet.
But that's my opinion.
I remember men and women sitting differently, but I don't know if that was just communion in the new church. We did that to start with, didn't we?
Pretty
The
much,
new
I believe.
church. So I don't know when it changed.
The foot washing part, we were segregated.
The foot washing was practiced is my first, or one of my first experiences of having foot washing in the church, with the women on the right side and men on the left, prior to communion.
When we were considering adding on to the church, our Sunday school class decided we needed to have a fundraiser. So we were the one who started the sausage supper and did it for quite a number of years. So it was an interesting project.
But that's what drew people together.
Yeah.
Is the projects that you had. If you had projects going, there was always, you worked with somebody else that you usually wouldn't work with.
Yeah.
And that's what draws you together as a group. It's when you're involved in it. And when you're needed, you're gonna be there, you know?
I wasn't around when they rebuilt it. But I put in some money. I don't know whether we were asked, but I still have a letter from Aaron Taves, he's the treasurer. And that put in me the desire, I'm part of that church.
Sweet.
I was considered part of it. They considered me, even as just a kid.